Robert Hollis. I want to thank you very much for tuning into my Periscope. The title for today is How Is That Working? How is that working? Now, one of the things I want each and every one of you to know is 28 plus years ago, maybe it's 29 now, is really simple. I just did exactly what I was supposed to do. I was told to go to school. I was told to, I didn't do well in school. Then I turned around and all of a sudden, I got hurt on my job as an auto mechanic. And if someone would have asked me, how is that working for you? Going out, working for somebody else, not being happy with where I was, I'm telling you, it was not working. So, I used to be an auto mechanic, broke auto mechanic. I was spiritually bankrupt, financially bankrupt, everything. And, getting kicked out of my apartment, hiding my car from the repo man. And I met a mentor. I met a mentor that changed everything for me. And when I met that individual, I started doing exactly what he did. Now I'm the life mechanic. One of the key things that I started to become successful, I made $1 million before the age of 30. I'm not saying that in any way, shape, or form to impress you. And then what ended up happening is now I got over 46 people that I've helped make over $1 million in a year. In fact, 7 of them now own their own companies. One of my top students is going to make over $10 million this year. Earn $10 million. I mean, that is our Armand Peugeot. Man, what a shout out to him. What a great guy. So anyway, what ended up happening is as I put this success story together and, all of a sudden, I sponsored a race car that's on YouTube. And then I put a sponsorship together and that car won in the Michigan 500. I ended up on CBS Wild World of Sports and then also ESPN. I've been blessed to be on so many magazines and on and on and on and on. The reason that I want you guys to hear that is while I was going through my success and helping all these people and doing all these amazing things, helping tens of thousands of people never work for anybody again, I kept having people say, you got to write a book. You got to write a book. You got to write a book. And what I did is, believe it or not, I wrote the book. It's called How Is That Working? How is that working? A rat race to freedom. And one of the things that I want each and every one of you to know is that one of the things right after I wrote this book, and a shout out to Max Miller, what I want to do is, guess what? You want to sort of ask yourself, people used to tell me all the time, they used to say, well, Robert, you know what? I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, and then I'm doing this, and this, and I listened to this mentor, and then I got this training, and I read this book, and I did this, and I did that, and I did this, and then when they got done telling me and taking both of our valuable time and telling me all the stuff that they did and their background and who they used to be and where they went to school, when they got all done with that, I would say to them, well, tell me, how is that working? It's not working at all. Well, thanks a lot for wasting both of our time. And it's amazing to me why people want to spend hours of time making sure you understand them. Let me tell you how bad off I am. Let me tell you how miserable my life is. Let me tell you how awful everything is. And I got a couple of people that I think that are just the most coolest people on the planet. And they keep reaching out to me and going, Robert, listen, they're so used to telling their bad story, their past DVD story, that I get on them. They say, well, listen, they don't even remember. They tell their past story, their awful story, their going nowhere story. They tell it so often they don't even remember the people that they already shared it with. Do you know people like this? It's amazing to me. Hey, well, listen, Scott, let me tell you about what happened to me and da-da-da-da-da. And Scott saying, man, last time I talked to you, you told me that story. And the time that we talked before that, you told me that story. Are we ever going to talk about your future story? What you're going to do? It's so hilarious. But I wanted to reach out to each and every one of you, do a quick video. Now, one of the things I want you to know is that when Max Miller took the time to record over 50 hours of my story and put it in a book, a lot of you might think this is a sales book. You might think that it's I don't know, something to do with affiliate marketing or network marketing. No, this book 100% has to do with helping you find your entrepreneurial spirit. The whole concept, the best testimonial that I have still to this day is my son, Matthew. You know, when Matthew was really, really young, this was like, 4 years ago? Yeah, probably 4 years ago. And my son read the first version of the book. And he went upstairs and he came back down and he said, Dad, listen, I know that I can be a business owner. I know that I'm going to be an entrepreneur. And so I see, Jeanette and Jackson on here. Jackson read my book from Australia. He's 11 years old. Now he's doing periscopes every day. I think he's got like almost 40,000 hearts it's amazing. So the book's impacted a lot of people. We got some great testimonials on howisthatworking.com. Eric Worre, he did a book review for me. Todd Falcone did a book for me. And I got one of my favorite authors, believe it or not, Bill Ebert, took the time to also do a book review for me on there. So I'm very, very blessed. And, I think that I probably will take the time to share. You can also check out facebook.com/how is that working. You go there and it's amazing. All the pictures and video testimonials that I got on this. So again, I want to give Lori a shout out, Lori Munson, for taking the time to put it on audio. Now it's an ebook version. And so I really appreciate each and every one of you. Ask yourself that question. How is it working? How is it working? And guess what? We have a better way. So thank you very much for each and every one of you. I loved all the comments of the people that wrote on here that they read the book, Melody and Scott. And you guys are just incredible, my sons. I just love and appreciate each and every one of you. Bill Ebert, all of you, Flora, Shirley, Melinda. Thank you so much. God bless and have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.